All right, you on? Go ahead.
What was I saying?
You was talking about the regional. Okay.
Being in the institution, I didn't feel like anybody cared. They put us all in the same place, apart from the guy that died, which we found out when we got there. They just admitted people who had. So they admitted a man who had schizophrenia, who hadn't been medicated or being treated. He wasn't being treated. You just kind of put him there. So no matter what you have, you're thrown in. Everybody's mixing together. Everyone's acting differently, and it was a place that the nurses were there, but you had to take your own blood pressure. You had to take your own temperature, and then you had to write down what medication you wanted. And they were behind a glass wall, and you would just kind of slip them the thing, tell them how you feel, and they would just give you medication based on that. So that alone was illegal. And I found this out when I went to Greenhouse, and I was like, "Oh, I know how to take my blood pressure.
I noticed you said that. Yeah, I thought you were just playing.
No, you know who was in the thing with me? Guy that liked Heather, Paul. That's where I met Paul.
Oh, Paul. He went out there. Go ahead.
He left though, right?
Yeah.
He
messed up, man. He was calling us. He tried to fuck on Brandy.
Who's Brandy?
Brandy, who used to always be with me. White skinny girl was with me everywhere I fucking went.
What you should do next time I see you, come with pictures. I don't know these people anymore. Brandy. She was young.
Everybody thought we was together. Matter of fact, Brandy ate with us. She sat at the table and ate with us.
What does she look like?
Okay, let me calm down. The
problem with me is now, when I tell you, people to me are disposable in a bad way.
Ate together.
But this is how addicts think. Let me tell you, I only have a limited amount of space in my brain and heart. I cannot dispose it to people who I've never made a connection with. That is real life, if you want to know. Real life for me is, I meet you, we've not made a connection. I can see you every day. But if I don't feel like we have, like the way we made it, then I kind of brush it out.
Then. Shit.
No, but it's for real. And then when I say it, I sound cold. But it's really how I think, a lot of people that are in treatment have a lot of trauma. And people that do have trauma, at some point, you have to be able to separate what you can deal with and what you can't deal with, so that you can function every day like a normal human being and do what you need to do. And so to me, if a person doesn't make enough of an impact, which sounds bad, but all I'm saying is, if I meet you and I don't feel like there's a connection or something that's going to help me grow in any way, I just automatically let it go. And I go by my instinct, but my instinct is on a different level because I see like auras and things like that.
Beautiful.
So
I love that.
What that means to me is like, if I see you, you're a great person. That's great. But if that's not the path that I'm in life, that's going to, you meet everybody makes an impact on your life. But if it's not an impact that's going to impact my life, then I just kind of put it to the side. And then that's why I'm constantly saying like, who is this? Who is this? But there's some people who like, you can't say Heather, I'm like, wait, what? And then even Vanessa, she impacted my life, but not in a positive way. But because she did, I still know her and I remember her.
Okay.
So even though we sat down and we wouldn't be friends outside of there ever, because she's not my kind of person, because she's not genuine.
Gotcha.
And I can feel it. It's not like, oh, I'm just hearing things. It doesn't matter what anybody has to say about somebody. I feel it.
Okay.
In our personal interactions is not coming from her soul. And that's cool. She could be a cool person, but we're not on that level. So I say all that to say, I don't know these people because they did not make that kind of impact. Okay. They probably did with you because you spending more time with them and all of that. Me sitting down to break bread with somebody doesn't make me connected to them.
Okay. Gotcha.
Okay. You're looking at me like a crazy person.
No, I'm enjoying you. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying
Okay,
you. I'm enjoying
great.
this.
That's awesome.
And okay, I accept what you're saying about how you
Yeah.
don't
And
remember
now
people.
my brain
Even
is
though
like,
we ate dinner with this girl like every
Brandy.
day, it's totally fucking fine.
We did? What did
Yes,
she
we
look
did.
like? Remind me.
Skinny, long hair, cowboy boots, country
With the
voice.
2 braids, the young girl? No, that was
fuck.
And that's me.
Now I don't remember. Hey, I can understand what you
So
said.
there you go. Because you know you mentored her. She saw you as a mentor. With the 2 braids, a young girl. Really skinny.
Baby,
really
you just don't know how many people see me as a mentor, and I'm not bragging.
No, but I mean that they are attracted to you for a reason. They feel that you have some knowledge that they need to gain. Like you can lead the way for them. That's
the
why
second
they're
time I've
attracted
heard
to
it. That is crazy.
Today?
Yes.
But I get where that's coming from. But I'm still here. Now I'm thinking hard about who the Brandy is.
Don't worry
about it. But you said, so no, now I really kind of need to know.
Okay, you remember the bottom row where we used to eat? You remember the
bottom
nice
row,
little,
all the way at the end?
That the Victorian little spot we ended up eating, the big table. Okay.
Towards the end. Towards the end. To the left or the right?
Downstairs. Downstairs. The kitchen was on the right. We would go to the back where the window was.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, I know who she is.
Okay. I figured if I gave you the place.
It took me a minute. I had to think about it, and she had a relationship, and then that whole thing. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, because at first her husband came up there.
It would just be you 2 guys, and then I started joining you.
Yeah.
I know who you're talking about. By the window.
Yep. Yeah.
I know her. She's really quiet. She's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Her situation was that, and this is so. This is what I've been fighting like lately. Like I've been in meetings with the person who's over the thing, like for the last 2 weeks, because Elizabeth ended up getting kicked out because they found out that
Elizabeth.
You might not have. She was young, very young. You probably wouldn't have.
Was she friends with like your roommate? With Jade?
Yeah, she was.
She was.
Yeah.
But what did she look like? She wasn't the one I'm talking about. The really nice girl that was like all into. Let's do the movie night.
Yeah, that's her. That's crazy.
Her name's not Elizabeth.
Liz.
No, that's not her. That's not her name.
You're fucking me up because I know.
She wanted to do movie night all the time, and we would do beads and stuff. Not her?
Did she go like?
I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that is.
That's how she laughed, man.
Then I'm lost. Okay, forget it. Forget
Very
names.
young girl. You always wear. I'm not
the 2. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Her name was Liz.
Yeah.
I did the NECA beads in my hair because she brought the stuff out. That's her name. Oh, she's so sweet.
Matter of fact, yeah, she's the reason why we had tattoo night.
Yeah, her.
Yeah.
Super excited about everything all the time.
Yes.
She was like 18, and her family did for family day. Got it. Her name was Elizabeth. I don't think so. Well, okay.
You're messing me up. I just spit.
We will.
Don't worry.
Investigate that later because we don't have.
Because now you're making me. Okay, well.
I'm just saying.
All right.
Let's move on. Don't throw out names to me because names are throwing me off. Stop giving me names. Just be like the person and the person. I don't even know.
Oh my God, bro. Dude, I have to do this with you more. I swear to God.
I'm just saying.
We have to do, I think I have to learn how to do this like over the phone. I don't know how to do that yet.
Yeah, my husband was talking to me about like, oh, you can just channel in. He's like, I didn't know you were going out. You can channel in from where you are. So we got to figure out how to do that. Okay. So you get more into your
my craft.
Your craft. And then let me know because this is far. And all of this is extra. But you got to, that's how you learn. You got to try.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to know by the end of tomorrow night.
No worries.
So if you had to do rehab again, would you do it? Naked answer.
Definitely, and I need it at this very moment. But maybe not the one. So the problem that I see with rehab, both rehabs, is like, okay, I feel great. I come out. I don't have any coping. It was literally like just slide after slide about how you should cope when you get out. But that's not enough. There's not enough counseling going on about what you should do. So they go, oh, join this club, join this, join this. But still, it's still not enough to guide you as to how you can cope with stuff. So then I encountered a big issue that was stressing me out. And that same exact night, the whole sleeping in a car thing, I started drinking. That was it. It was like, I just hit it because that's how I've learned how to deal with stuff that big. So if it's like something little, I can talk myself out of it. It's not a big deal, blah, blah, blah. But when I get to a point where no matter how much anxiety meds I'm on or whatever, and I can't cope, I just deal with that, because what that does is just puts me out of it and puts me to sleep. So my coping mechanism is to just not be present, which is what I've been doing for so long, which is why I ended up saying, okay, I'm going to go. But I wasn't even sure I was ready to go. I went because everybody else thought I needed to be there.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that earlier. Because when you will know, like, well, I say this. I knew this last time, I didn't let a motherfucker know.
I'm listening.
One more time?
I am listening.
Okay.
Just
I did not let
not
a fucking soul know. Like, I didn't, it wasn't for you to know. I didn't fucking
care. You just went.
I didn't care if you wanted to pat me on the back. I didn't need a fucking support system. Matter of fact, I wanted to feel as naked and as alone as I could fucking feel.
So did I tell you that the first one I went to, my friends ended up almost calling like the FBI
to look for you?
Yes, that's because when you get there, they immediately take your phone so nobody can reach you.
Yeah.
And so it goes straight to voicemail. So it went to voicemail a couple of days, and then like a week later, it was still going directly to voicemail. So my friend called my husband. And he didn't even come up with a plan, so he had no idea what to say. He's like, she's in the hospital. Because I've been in the hospital a lot that year because of my drinking. I was really sick, and I was given like a really bad, like, since I've left there, I've been a doctor like 24/7. But my numbers are a lot better than what they were. So they kind of put it towards like, oh, it probably has something to do with you drinking. Because like, I had to have blood transfusions. The biggest thing was my blood. I just didn't have any. And so they couldn't figure out where the blood was going. I had all these things on my veins. I had 7 procedures. I was hospitalized at least 2 weeks. I was in the ICU, everything. So I think I mentioned something about it when I was in rehab, because they literally were like, we don't know. They did any and every test you can think about while keeping me there. And they could not find out why I did not have blood. So I took a lot of iron when I was in rehab and things like that. But at the end of the day, I digress. I'm just saying. So because of all of that, I was like, I need to go to rehab. I need to go because I think it has something to do with drinking. And it ended up being that it did.
Okay, so are you telling me that you wouldn't have went to rehab if you were still healthy?
100%. I wouldn't have. I've been told by everybody that I should go, but I never thought that. Always thought that I could handle it. Wow. Until I had heard the doctor say, your liver enzymes are like, you should have been dead already.
Wow.
And it was like, you keep drinking, 6 months from now, you won't be alive. And that was like a click.
Damn, you just scared me.
But it was exactly what happened. So everyone around me was scared. They've been scared. And I didn't know that they were until I went. And then my friends were like, thank God. And I was like, wait, what? Everybody started coming out with their stories about how they've been thought I should go, but nobody wanted to say anything to me. So they found out, okay, so they were calling, nothing. They called my husband. He goes, she's in the hospital. So I've been in the hospital. So that was plausible. But they were like, but her phone keeps going straight to voicemail. And he was like, oh, she probably needs a charger. I haven't had a chance. And my friend was like, bullshit. If you need a charger in the hospital, she works as an engineer, but she works for like John Hopkins.
Damn.
She's like on Real Housewife. Okay, that's a different story.
Okay.
So the Nigerian girls, it's my people.
Okay.
So, but she was like, that's bullshit. I've been trying to reach her, blah, 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 blah. So, he called me there and was like, no, when I called him, because he can't call me, sorry. When I called him, he was like, baby, asking where you are. What do I say? I said, tell those two friends that I'm in rehab. Because it's better than trying to come up with like a story or whatever. Because she ended up telling her husband what was going on. And he was like, I think she's probably buried in the backyard.
Damn. Not dude that killed your ass.
Here's the thing, because nobody could reach me at all. So she was like, I was about to call somebody to go do it. Well, because they're not here in Texas or Dallas. They're out of state.
Yeah.
So they were like, they're about to call somebody to come do a welfare check.
Yeah.
And then he started freaking out like, oh shit, no. And I was like, tell them. It's okay to tell them. Don't make an announcement. Don't tell your family or my family. Just tell my friends got it. So,
you looking at the same thing I'm looking at?
Time.
Yeah.
Only because
when shit get good, that's when I always know it's like, if you're not watching that fucking time, this shit is getting good. Okay. I'm really fucking falling in love with this shit. Okay, so
yeah.
I'm
gained 10 pounds sitting here. But go ahead.
Keep on fucking with me. You actually just gave me my idea for my overall podcast. I just got accepted by YouTube to do a video podcast.
Awesome.
So now I can do it like set up a nice looking area. I really like that chair, but I don't. And I like how you're sitting it, and I like the comfortable look that you have going on, but I want to change the background. So I need to order me a blue screen. I mean, a blue screen. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I like that white thing. I do know somebody who can make them, but I'll have to get them made over and over.
Not even serious like that. You can literally buy just a screen from Amazon for like $30. Because I do sometimes make up videos and stuff.
Okay. All right, I'm looking to that.
What you got to do is hang it up behind you, and then from there, with your ring lights, you can just.
Yeah, I got.
All you need is more ring lights or something. Nothing crazy.
Okay, I just bought a one ring light to try it out, but so no, you just gave me my because I do cook, so it would.
Oh, you could be cooking and talking.
Yeah, that's my.
Try not to overcomplicate it to begin with, and then just add other elements to it.
Right, like cook something simple as cheesecake or a chest pie.
You can make bake and stuff.
Yeah.
Look at you trying to get somebody.
So, man, this was awesome. I really do thank you for your time because time is something that like you can't get back. So when you give it to a person, that's precious.
It definitely is. That's the one thing that you can't get back.
Straight up.
No matter how hard you try, you can never get it back.
Straight up.
Yeah. That's exactly why I forget some people and I don't forget others, because not on purpose, because my time is precious and so is everybody else's. So why waste it on? And if somebody is saying something that's just like, all right, bye. And that's why I said, like, if you don't rock with somebody and I look at them and I'm like, yeah, you're right. I just move on because and a lot of this comes from losing people. I didn't think this way until I lost my mother and my brother. My brother was my best friend. My brother was my twin, literally. Like he wasn't an actual twin, so not literally, but everyone was like, she's gonna die. Her brother died. Because he's the person that I told everything to. He knew everything. We're 2 years apart, but like he's the only reason I started talking to boys. I would wear his clothes all the time in high school. I was so shy. He broke me out of it. Like my first dance, he was like, he got friends for me, like all this crazy stuff. And then afterwards, I started talking to his friends, and they would talk about how, like, he used to tell everybody, stay away from my sister. Nobody come near my sister.
Damn.
I'll let you do, like, so yeah, everything. And then he was planning his 40th birthday, and he died in a car accident the day after I spoke to him, this is a whole other podcast, which is how my my addiction became like, it went all the way over the wall. So, yeah, I lost my mom. I needed her because I'm the only girl. I had 3 brothers, and that was my only female support system. Especially when I got pregnant, I was like, I don't know what to do. I couldn't call my mom, and at the time, my mother-in-law and I were a little shaky, so I was just like alone. So I went through that. But when my brother died, I went through like, I'm gonna die.
That's a fuck it.
So yeah, I'm like, I shouldn't. He's older than me. He didn't get to see his birthday. He had it all planned out. So when I was in rehab and I would talk to the psychiatrist and he would say like, oh, it's a family addiction. And I would tell him, I understand that. I agree. But I don't think that it applies to everybody. And he would say, no, it's like an addiction thing where you have like an allergy. I go, I understand what you're saying, but I do not think it applies to anybody. I don't think it applies to me. Because I know how I got to where I was. It was because of me not being able to cope or deal with tragedy or grief. Like not being able to handle that. I just wanted to block everything out. So it's not like I grew up my whole life I was predisposed to drinking. There are not a lot of alcoholics around me at all. So trying to convince people that like it doesn't apply to me, it sounds like I'm in denial, but I know who I am. And I am 100% always open to be like, I'll catch an L any day. I'll be like, I know who I am. I know if I make a mistake. I know. I never try to act like, oh, I could never be. No, I know when I fuck up, which is a lot. And I will admit to it. Because at the end of the day, the only person you're lying to is yourself.
So wait a minute. Are you saying that? Are you saying that?
What am I saying?
Wait a minute. Are you saying?
I'm trying to say
that because you know how you got where you are, that you can't be an alcoholic?
Oh God, no. That's not what I'm saying. I could definitely be an alcoholic. I am saying there are other ways to become an alcoholic that are not just because you're predisposed to it.
Got you. I understand that.
So I can definitely, I would never have gone to rehab if I couldn't say I'm an alcoholic, but I never use that word because of the negative connotations behind it. I did say I drink more than I should. And that would bother people who, especially AA. AA wants you to say until the day you die, even if you haven't drank for 50 years, that you're an alcoholic. I'm not going to take labels because I do deal with words. And I think that there are words that will keep you in a certain place if you keep putting that label on yourself.
Yeah.
If I haven't had a drink in 30 years, I'm not going to tell anybody I'm an alcoholic. Because I haven't had, okay, let's say from the age of 18 to the age of 21, I drank a lot and I ended up in Alcoholic Anonymous or AA. So for the rest of my life, if I never have a drink, I need to keep saying that? No, that's not who I am. That's not my label. It could be that you drank from 16 till you died. And you're an alcoholic and that is your label because you never stopped. Okay. But if you can overcome it, why do you need to keep putting that label on yourself?
You don't. I don't. What I do is I mix smart with AA. So the reason why I started doing AA I'm literally
smart recovery, right?
Smart recovery,
which is what I want to actually do.
I
think that might, because I got turned off to the AA after I went through the book. I didn't agree with a lot of it.
Yeah,
it made me. I was like, okay, I'm not in church. What you're not going to do is put this label on me about how I'm supposed to. Because this was written in the 1930s by some white man who probably didn't even like the people who I am, me and my people.
A little known fact about the guy who wrote the book is that he died from psychedelics.
Did he really?
And when I tell you, this is something
so he
I
wasn't
don't even
sober.
Say. He wasn't in his sober day. True, like it's only a lot of true. Listen, there are some true people in these rooms that don't give a fuck what you call you. They don't give a fuck what you call you. They don't give a fuck if you even drunk that day. They just enjoy that you being there and they can look at you. Because after so long in this particular game, this is what I'm dealing with right now. All off like that.
Yeah.
The people who I'm sitting here talking to just like this might be dead tomorrow. And that's my predisposition to anybody I meet in this game. Is that I'm going to love you until you die. Literally.
Because we all gonna get there.
Because we all gonna get there. Right. And so therefore, to a lot of them old heads, it doesn't fucking matter how you get there. They're just happy that you didn't get there now.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the young ones, they will stigmatize it because we love stigmas and we love fucking it's a cultural fucking disease. Us and titles.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yes.
Generational even, I would say to a certain extent. Because
I agree.
Like my thing is like how people they try to so you a stud, right? Bitch, I'm Joshua. You just you bisexual. Bitch, I'm Joshua.
I am
exactly. Because the truth about it is only way that you can stick me with period. Only way you can stick me with that title is if you fucking me at that moment. Other than that, you can't call me a goddamn thing.
Right.
And even then, we just two motherfuckers exchanging time and space. That is it.
Yeah.
No more, no less.
This sexuality thing to me is very weird because you can't lead with what you do in a bedroom. That makes no sense.
Thank you.
You don't see straight people and just be like,
y'all heteros.
Yeah. What do you like? Who does that? Like, why does it care what I am doing? Like, what I prefer behind the doors.
Right.
Why is that who I am?
Exactly. I give
because heterosexuals don't. That's not what they don't come in and be like, "Hey, I'm straight." Why do you come out the closet? To me, it's weird because why do you need to make an announcement about who you prefer to sleep with or who you are
or
who you're attracted to sexually? Period. Like, people don't walk in the room and be like, "Just so y'all know," and then people now have turned it into like a thing, like you got to make an announcement, or they try to force people.
What's your pronoun? What's your pronoun?
Right. Don't get me started on that. That's a different topic. But like, just saying, like, you walk into a room. You need to make an announcement.
Yeah.
Why do I need to? And then gay people will say things like, well, you're not living your authentic self because you're not making that. Why straight people don't sit their parents down at 15 and say, Mom and Dad, I'm straight?
Nope.
Okay. Why do you need to make that announcement? Why do you need to then say, okay, everybody should know I'm gay?
I don't know. That's what my mom
Why do I need to tell you that? Like, you don't need to tell anybody that. You can't force people. And then it's used as almost like an insult. To be like, yeah, you gay. Okay.
They use it as an insult. That's gay.
It is. That's gay. So, okay. So I should feel like, oh, okay. That's who I am. It's like saying that's black. And you like, I am black.
That means
what do you need me then?
Like, you put your socks on.
For me.
You put your socks on. I put my socks on. And now if my skin was lighter than your skin, does that mean that, so you put your socks on first?
Right.
So I'm going to do the chocolate thing and put my socks on? No, it doesn't go like that. You just put some fucking socks on.
It's just what it is. And the problem is people always feel entitled to your own privacy. And people don't realize that you are an individual. And you don't have to do anything that anybody says in any order. You just need to do what? Because no matter what's written, especially when people bring up the Bible, I go, who wrote the Bible? And I've had this issue with a lot of relationships, including my marriage, where we had to be like, okay, let me break it down this way. You're like, God wrote the Bible. I said, but did he physically write the Bible? No. He's like, oh, he spoke to man. I go, but man is judgmental. No matter who you are, you're going to put a little spin on what you think it should be.
Yeah.
I said, then we start going back into it, and you looking at it, and people couldn't eat pork. Nobody could do this.
In the beginning.
There's so many little things that you couldn't do to be. So nobody would even exist if we had to do half of what it says that we're supposed to do or not supposed to do.
Facts.
And then we make it work for us. Like, all right, well, I'm married, so, and I'm that. Yeah, but nobody ever said that you need to have one partner. Ever to the day you die. No. Nobody said that.
That's
we did.
Be fruitful.
We did it. We said,
yeah.
You already said I do. So it's you and me.
Together forever. Just me and you.
And I do 100% feel that we should just
take them clothes off. Get naked. That's what I asked you before we did this.
Like,
go deep. Because it seemed like, okay, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that we should just, like, love is love. Love is what it is. But we also have to, like, I guess we can't be animals. We have to live by a certain rule and do whatever. But we are going away from the topic, which is
I don't think it's away from the
alcohol.
topic.
It's just about change. And I do think that in the future, though, I mean, the pronouns are getting out of control. Because even I'm like, listen, why am I a she? I don't know, because you have a vagina. But that's just, it's not that like it has to be defined, but just so that life can go by without us having to look up a dictionary every time. We just put the labels so we can move on. Like, it's not because somebody's trying to label you. It's because we need to be able to say, he said this and he said that.
All right, y'all. It's another good time for another good day. Stay blessed. Stay loved. One.
So I'm going to check it out.